Okay, calling the meeting to order at 8:32. And we are going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, attendance. So as mentioned, Matt is not here and Sherry is not here. Everybody else is here with 2 Zoom attendees. Is anybody willing to make changes to the minutes from last time or put a motion into approval?
I have not changed, but I don't have my computers if somebody has.
I can give you a copy of them.
Okay, it's a very simple one.
I didn't make copies for everybody.
It is,
You need a
it's
pen?
not, so under, report of committees, under village township joint efforts, planning scavenger hunt. It is not the township's 250th anniversary, it's the, oh, there you are.
Okay, good.
It's the country's 250th.
Oh, all right, so they simply.
Today's such a.
Okay, anything else?
That was all I saw.
So.
All right, is there a motion?
Founded in 17.
Is there a motion to accept the minutes as amended?
I'll move to accept the minutes.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Right, Brian. And Susan, is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so that's done. Amend agenda. Well, I apologize for my lack of formality, but something came up this morning, so I amended the agenda in scribble. So consider it amended. Is there anybody else that wants to add anything that I have not yet added?
Have the.
With you, I just give you the bullet point. You
Right.
can say whatever you want.
I don't know if you had to add it, but under North Point Park, there's still a Republic container there that hasn't been picked up for months.
The Republic is still there. Hello.
Where was that?
No, I'm just kidding. Supposedly my husband is supposed to send it. So I don't know if that's an amended agenda.
No, it's not. It's just, it's a note that I'll take. So, like,
Excuse me, please.
Hello?
Just realized you both got asked the barrier here.
Oh.
Cooking, that's good, sorry. Yeah.
okay, any public comment? You're our only public member.
Doing a great job.
Oh.
Do you want to come more often?
Their correspondence that I'm aware of is, there is a lady that sent a note in asking questions about the fitness park and at, North Point, and I responded to that. And, she seemed happy with the response, but then called in unhappy with the response and, with several other items like the trail, like the tennis courts and other things, but those are out of our area. So I responded further to the specific location, was just what she had asked for, and so I think that's done. And then we just got, hold on, we just got one other piece from from Emma, that on the whole issue of HWA at Glen, so I'll get into that.
Chelsea's waiting.
Oh, I already let Chelsea in. Hey Chelsea, I had already let you in. Did you drop off? You gotta unmute in order to answer.
No, that's very strange. So sorry. I'm here.
Okay, but did you get in before, or is this the first time you got in?
This
Okay.
is the first time I'm here. It
Okay,
just said I was in waiting room.
all right, so you haven't heard anything, huh? Oh, congratulations on all the projects that have been assigned to you in the last few minutes.
Oh,
Just
Wonderful.
just kidding, just kidding. Okay, we've been through just the basics, the minutes, amend agenda. Is there any, did you have any changes to the minutes?
No,
Okay, sounds good. We're on correspondence and, calendar route. Jean, can you and I meet separately, discuss the operational items? Because I don't want to take up everybody's time on that because we've got a lot of other group assignments that I want to go through. So maybe we can just find some time to do that
That would be fine next week.
next week. Okay, why don't you pick a time and then just let me know?
Okay.
All right. I would like to hand out the assignments. And over the past, I've just kind of blown through the assignments, but the reality of it is, if we don't actually get the assignments done, then we're not really making any progress as a group. And so, in the past, I've just asked, can you let me know whether I've made any mistakes or not? But now I just kind of like to go through them and find out where we are and all the specific items. And we'll start with me and the webcam application. I have, this is for a webcam out at Langland. And I've submitted an application to Consumers Energy, which you have to do if you want to put something on that poll. I did that back on June 9th and I've not heard back. I think this is going to take some follow-up. But honestly, I'm going to work on it as best I can as time permits. 5-year plan, web updates when received by committee members, day-to-day parking lot, outlet avenue, disc golf, that sort of things. When I get specifics from you, which I've gotten some, I'll add those to the website, but right now that's pending. Vic Bryan Boardwalk connection from North Point to Wetlands for the 5-year plan. So Brian's, what we need to do is maybe take an aerial picture of where we're going to connect and where that walkway is going to be, and just do something, because with every one of these things that go in the 5-year plan for people to vote on, I want to have those 3 things: the conceptual drawing, cost estimates, and just a little background of what it is. And then we'll put in a quiz of, do you really support this thing? But like the quizzes that are out there right now. So that's one you and I need to figure out some time to do.
I'd like to communicate with Steve Cunningham too about that, because we walked a possible connector trail and he had different ideas than I had thought of about keeping it on the level of this higher plane. He's an expert on it, so he knew how to keep the elevations consistent, and then he knows the type of boardwalk and he would know costs and things. And my question is, if we're looking at cost estimates, we probably have to seek out help from the Conservancy, because they are experts on boardwalk building. And then we have the sensitive issue of the commitment.
Agree. So I think what's going to happen is, Ed secured a commitment from GTRLC that by the end of the year, they will put language in an agreement between the township and them that we will provide them ownership of that property. And in it, we reserve the right to go forward with a boardwalk, and they are not committed to that, but they are welcome to participate when we go forward with that, but they can't preclude us from doing it. And so she's agreed to have that language set up.
Right.
But what I don't know is, will they give us help with this kind of thing, like their cost estimates? I think that's easy. They've already done it, but I think they'll work through it. But then I'd also like to help with conceptual drawing and that sort of thing, where they have the ability to do that. So, all right, that would be great if you could have a conversation with
Steve.
Steve.
Okay.
Vic awaiting vendor update regarding consumer. Okay, that's a duplication of the webcam thing up there, so I'll clean that up. Vic and Jean begin a road end inventory, photos, documentation of township and county road ends, present the findings to the board. Jean and I did our first trip, took some pictures. We have a format. And Jean, did you have any other things you wanted to mention on that, or just something we got to keep working on? Okay, great. I am supposed to get the name of the Japanese barbarian removal tool from Buck, and I did not, so I need to get on that.
Would like that too.
Okay, so get
Hear the
that,
name of this.
get to me, Brian. Vic, to see if you can add Onekama in front of Parks and Rec on the web-based newsflash. I cannot. So Michelle, that was your request. That's something that's built in and I can't do it.
I'm sorry, I missed something.
Vic was to add on the word Onekama in front of Parks and Recreation, the web-based newsflash functionality. I
So
can't.
maybe
do
just the title should start with Onekama Township Parks and Rec or something.
The title itself can't. I would
No, I
have
mean
to put it in the
the-
words.
I'm using the
in the
wrong
words of the
subject.
newsflash.
Subject, say who it's coming.
So, and generally what I do is just send out whatever you or someone sends me. So if you would help me remember that, that would be great. Vic, to follow up with Emma on the Hemlock issue, I just got that information yesterday, and what GVSU said was, while they can't specifically see HWA at Glen, there are areas that do look suspect, and they look suspect in roughly the same coordinates of where the limb fell from the earlier person. And so they've given me a suggestion on how to move forward with that. I've got to read it. It was sent to Tyler as well. Tyler hasn't responded, but I'll work on that issue. And Gene, that's an invasive species thing. So let's just you and I be connected on that. At this point, I haven't really gotten any volunteers to, how are we going to spend our $5,000? And here we are almost halfway through the year and we haven't spent any. So we need to get our act together. So you and I can manage that. Recreation inventory. So Vic and Chelsea need to get together. Vic cleared his schedule one day so that he was available for Chelsea, and then got up in the morning and forgot completely about it and stood her up. And so I need to get that done. And Chelsea, have you done anything on that? Other than what we know already, and you got to unmute yourself.
I did send what I had, and I've stopped working on it at this point. So
You sent that to my you sent that to my Outlook?
yeah, when we tried to reschedule and it wasn't working out, I sent you what I had.
All right, I missed it. I get a lot of stuff in Outlook, so I'll go back and look.
That's the rodents, right?
This is recreation inventory. Yeah, it includes rodents.
I sent you the picture. Somebody built a brand new dock at the end of Arborvitae, right in the middle of the public access. Oh, you saw that too, Chelsea?
I saw that. I'm kind of hands off on this right now. I think that you guys know about it.
Right, I saw that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. I've kind of stopped. I've kind of come to a hard stop because there's so many controversial situations in this. And I believe the inventory has been also done in previous past, that it's going to be pretty similar to what we have. Because I think we stopped doing some of the investigation.
Right, there's two things that are being discussed, right? Number one is we need to provide an inventory as part of the 5-year plan to the town or to the county, and that's due on July 1st. Now you're bringing up an enforcement issue, which is a second issue entirely. So we'll need to deal with that entirely. But right now, I just want to talk about our final deliverable. And Chelsea, you sent me what you had. We completed what we did on Onekama Township. Now I just need to look at county road ends and that sort of thing. And at board meeting, they've accepted everything and they told me that they'll just let us fly with whatever we do. So I'll take what you did. I'll finish it up using the recreation map. So that one's mine, and I'll finish it. Where are we? So I'll complete that and submit. And then I need to post a news flash on the Glen Park invasive species, but I need to get to the point where I have something to publish. And then I will continue to update the web with maps, include both schematic and pathway. So I've got that for North Point, but these are ongoing web updates, and hopefully our web page is reasonable and respectable at this point. There are a lot of complaints about the township website, but in those complaints, we kept getting, thanks for Parks and Rec for doing what they can. Township should be doing it too. Matt's not here, so we're going to jump to Michelle. drinking fountain at North Point, for the 5-year plan. Again, same thing I mentioned to Brian. We need a conceptual drawing, cost estimates and history.
When do you need that by?
Well, the specific projects for the 5-year plan do not need to be included in our submission to, the county. We're done once I submit the inventory. But I'd like it as soon as possible, because if you go out to our website right now and you go to Parks and Recs and you go to Parks Planning and you go to 5-year plan, we have the projects listed out there. And right now we have the Glen Park restoration, the Trails project, which I need to update because it's now a different project, disc golf fitness course, Eagle View, drinking fountain, but we don't have anything there. I want to get this updated as quickly as we can, because I am now getting input on this. Specifically, that lady who called in with all the other items had comments and concerns about our various plans. So to me, when can you get it done? I mean, can you get it done in a month? Is the 2 months? Because just whatever, and start with something easy. I mean, to me, it's a, in fact, I might even I've got a picture of a drinking fountain, so there's your concept. I just need some cost estimates, and you have some discussions, or has Jennifer taken a more of a lead on that?
Not as far as I know.
Okay, then, well, I don't know either.
No, I need to go back to the information I picked up at the conference.
Okay, so if you could, that's something I'd like to just fill in all the details on the website, and then that allows people to give us their input on it.
Dog cleanup station, I was in yesterday and spoke with Mandy, and she said that they believe Jennifer ordered it. She went back, she wasn't completely sure, but I did meet with the three of us and talked about it, and it's supposed to ship to Jean and some dog waste station, I think. So I inquired, but I didn't get a hard answer.
Okay,
Mandy
so
thinks that Jennifer ordered it.
that's a follow-up with Jennifer, will you?
Yes. And the next one, how often, I mean, every week now, I could give you, what I'm hoping to do is
No,
every
I
week
don't
on
want it
Wednesday.
every week. It's just too much for me. Maybe once a month.
Well, that'll miss, I mean, if you do it monthly, you're
Well,
gonna
give me-
miss, push this on that.
Tell me what you
event.
want me to do and I'll do it. How often do you want to give it to me?
Well,
I don't want it daily. Weekly
No,
is a
not
burden,
daily.
but I'll live with it.
once this kicks off, I mean, I guess I can still go through Jean, but once the challenge starts, I'm trying to do a rolling 3-week out. In 2 weeks is the Walk with Ease clinic, and 2 weeks is
Tell
the,
me when you want me to do it.
it'll be Wednesdays.
Okay.
Wednesdays are good,
Okay, so you want to do it weekly on Wednesdays.
until this is done.
Okay, so I will be waiting for something. Wednesdays is a
Yeah.
good day for me. Newsflash 30-day challenge clinic and participating swag. Is that done or is that?
That's the same thing.
Let's get rid of that. Michelle and Jean develop
Not Jean,
develop a
Susan.
Susan, okay,
Wondered
sorry.
where my name was on this whole thing.
Yeah,
Develop and distribute scavenger hunt questions and signs for the August 8th.
yeah, that's what, yeah, it says 7th, I believe that's on the 8th.
Okay,
Not that it's a big deal, but I mean, this is just part of my internal workings, I'm not sure.
okay, so you don't want it on here?
It doesn't matter either way,
Why?
I have to get it
I
done.
just soon get rid of it. If it's
Got a
something.
whole lot of things I gotta do for all these events.
Well,
They're
but
not fun.
these are things that come up because of the
Oh.
AI. I take notes.
Okay.
I put my notes on, AI comes, I take the AI, so I just put it there. If you want it off, I'll
So
take it off.
Sarah, sorry, I'm very flustered. Susan sent me a list of questions, so you could even check that off.
All right,
Did you look into it as we discussed?
Not yet. I have been very focused. I will tell you what I was doing yesterday. Get to the point.
all right, you requested ADA parking lot, at North Point.
Whenever we restripe it, which might be soon.
Okay, does it need restriping?
It's to get it up to code for, oh, you mean the rest of it?
Yeah, because
I guess I'll
we
look.
just did that. That wasn't that part of what we just resurfaced 2 years ago?
I don't know when it was.
Well, we resurfaced 2 years ago and they have to paint them when they resurface,
If
so,
it was 2 years ago, then it was 2 years ago,
okay.
but they didn't stripe the ADA space correctly. That's the only. thing.
Well, so here's something that we should do then, is we should get a cost estimate from, I guess it would be the road commission that would do that, because they're doing, well, I don't know this for a fact. But the road commission is gonna restripe Langland, so they have the capability of doing that. But they don't own that parking lot, so maybe they wouldn't be the one, so I don't know.
I'll ask Paul who it was.
Okay, yeah, those guys did the chip seal, so maybe they could redo it. But one thing that I'm thinking is depending upon the cost, maybe we include this in the ADA upgrade once we get the workstations
That's a
in.
good idea.
But I have budget left for our share of a MCCF $5,000 grant. So if this comes in at a reasonable cost, along with what it would take to make that ADA, so you can actually walk over there, then we can include it in that. If not, then we'll have to do it at some point down
Sounds
the
good.
road. So if you could look into getting a cost estimate, that would be great. Okay.
Send a list of donors.
Yeah,
Oh, that's I think that can, yeah.
I can delete.
Yeah, I would
can
delete that one.
Great, that makes my life wonderful. All right, continue to develop a testing of QR. We
Okay,
had
so,
got stuck on this because I was.
right, because we're still messing with where things are gonna land, and if we can take 10 minutes after the meeting, I think I can wrap up. I just found another QR code that's now not working.
Okay,
These QR
And are you
codes are
saying-
left
are
in a
these-
curse.
I'm sorry. Are these QR codes that were from prior to us changing the website? So now we think it's a website upgrade issue or just QR codes not working? Our new
I think
QR
it's the
codes,
website. When the website changed, the stuff is,
so we just need to do new QR codes then
yes.
and put it on all of the literature that has QR codes.
Yes, but the Wag Garden also has it had its own QR code, and that's not working.
You have to put an overlay on it. Well, should we capture that as a note?
Yeah, that should be that's kind of a big project.
Okay, so this is well, we can just use that last bullet point on QR codes. Okay, Gene, when are you gonna get that dog station put in?
What are we talking about? What am I supposed to be doing?
You're supposed to install it, you're supposed to install the dog station, but we don't even figured out whether we got it ordered or not, but Michelle's gonna follow up on that, but
It has not come to my house.
No, that says your dog must be on leash.
Okay.
I don't think Jean's doing it. Here are the signs. Everybody can see.
okay. Okay, good.
And I had about 30 seconds with Dave yesterday because he's the one that asked for those. And I got where 3 of them go. I'm not sure where the 4th goes. We're gonna put 1 on each dog station. So that's 3.
Are you actually nailing them in, doing what you?
No, I would like not to.
Okay, so we need someone to do this for us.
Yes. And I noticed they're not drilled. They're drilled to go up on a wall. And
Gene,
I'm thinking that because of the dog station is mesh, that they could be put right there on the mesh with wire.
Would Mariah's helper do that? Where's it?
I believe one of us could do it.
Okay,
but it's flat and the
Well,
trash is.
let them work that out. Okay,
Yeah,
so
let me-
Gene,
Let me see if my idea is going to work. I have something that I can do without making it permanent, just to see if it would work. And then if it needs to be permanent, we can figure out how to attach it. So I need the signs
All right.
back.
Okay, so, but at this point, what's an open matter is where is the location of the 4th sign?
That is open.
Correct.
And who resolves that?
I will
Is
follow
that,
up with Dave.
so Dave had specific locations that he wanted them, or did the complainer have specific places they wanted them?
You know, it's kind of fuzzy, so I'll follow up with him
Okay,
and.
Where is this?
North Point Park.
Okay.
But Langland, that was the other one. Yeah, we did figure it out. All 3 dog stations plus 1 at Langland.
Okay,
Right. And And we're gonna have a dog station at Glen Park, so I would just say, unless Dave has
That's fine.
something different, that we should
Yeah,
put it
that's-
at, we should save one for Glen Park.
We're good.
Okay,
We
okay,
got all four.
okay, so that, and that doesn't leave us short at North Point, so we're gonna get complaints?
I
No,
already, correct.
All
Correct.
right, so at this point, we have the signs, we know where they're located, and Gene is going to make an attempt to get them installed in a professional manner. Okay, great. I don't have any other assignments for Michelle that we've captured, and Gene, the way station, when we get it, that'll come to you. If you can't do it, we'll find someone who can. Gene and Chelsea purchased and arranged delivery of a magnet for nail pickup at Langland. Did that happen?
It has not, and that's on me. I've sent two options this morning to Jean to review because of course, everything needs to be with who's going to use it the most. The two that I researched, I went through two websites. It looks good with the first option. We can't use a roller. That won't work in the sand, but an actual 7-pound lift is more appropriate than I think a cheaper version that's 3.5 pounds. I sent two items from Amazon this morning to Jean to consider. We can wrap that up soon. Sorry, I
Roughly how
delayed.
much? Roughly how much money?
It was $90 for the second, the version that I thought was in better shape, solid, good metal collector, handheld. The other one was $50.
So Gene, would you just put that in one of those list kind of things for our Amazon site? Do you know how to do that? Yes, that was a yes. I saw a thumbs up. So Gene will get me that, and I'll order it on Amazon. And Gene, I'll send it to you. Okay, Vic and Gene wrote in inventory. Okay, so this is just a repeat of what I said because it's both Gene and I. Gene meeting with Audrey regarding invasive species, looking for recommendations on the inventory from last year. Honeysuckle seems to be a priority in North Point Park. Gene, anything new on that? You're on mute.
Oh.
Okay, Gene, yeah, there you go.
I have to find the right button. I sent you Audrey's response.
Oh, crap. Okay, so, and can you tell the group what it is? What, I mean, roughly what she's suggesting? This is how we spend our $5,000, right?
Yeah, so let me, why don't you go on and can you go on and go back so I can find it?
All right. So I'll come back to both of the last remaining items. Okay, Rick and Matt,
Can you delete the Michelle and Jean developed distributed scavenger hunts?
okay,
It's their choice. It's
okay,
underneath
that's
the
the other one. All right. Rick and Matt, new trail project to replace the old trail project, need conceptual drawing, cost estimate, history. So Rick, I got your updates on the two phases. With our relationship with the Health Endowment Fund, can I get, or do we already have drawings of phase 1, phase 2, so that we can actually put it out there and make it look as professional as the other one did?
We're waiting on a meeting that Dave's lining up with the road commission
Okay,
and our outside legal group, or outside engineers,
that's the,
F and V,
okay,
okay? So we have a couple drawings, but they're gonna redo the drawing, they're gonna do a new drawing for the artesian well, because that's part of the project. But
well, yeah,
they're waiting to have that conversation first. So the only drawing I have is the one I included, which is a line art drawing. So I could wait for one, or I've got a couple existing ones.
why don't you give me what you've got?
Okay, I'll do that.
And then
My pleasure.
I'll note it as updates as we get more into.
Yeah, we just gotta be careful what we pose if it changes or whatever, but I'll be more than happy to.
True, tentative, I'll make sure that we stress that. If you
My
would
pleasure.
stress that to me in the note, that way I can.
My
remember.
pleasure.
Okay.
There's been a lot of confusion, because there was some correspondence out there that there's no more trail anymore, so we've had to do a lot of community foundation calls, we had a separate meeting with them, and I don't,
There's a very, I thought,
Lord say it.
the comments made on the newspaper article, I thought were inflammatory.
Yes, so we've got a lot of calls. So I had my update with the Michigan Health Endowment this week. They're totally supportive of what we're doing. We have a third of the monies left. they're willing to do any type of quote or whatever.
So we can get the engineering done that we need to do within the budget we have.
We're okay, yeah.
Alright,
We're
that's-
trying to get both sections, which is the Portage Point section and the M22 section.
Right.
M22 or MDOT called us with 200,000 they had for us. It was extra money, but we decided to walk away from it because we didn't want to do both sections. We're just gonna do the Portage Point to Bayview section first and then come back with the other one.
Portage Point Road to Bayview.
Yeah, and then the second section, Dave's comment is, once you get that done, everybody will just push for that next section. So we'll see.
So on timing, I mean, to me, that was our number one land-based request was the trail.
Yeah,
So as you get updates, I want to keep that one going.
sure. We've got full support from everybody and we're in good shape.
Okay. So provide updates for the web, that's essentially, the
I've
same.
got that one article I already sent you.
Oh,
That one posting before Dave Wallace posted the Facebook one.
right, but that's posted, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll set you and cross that off.
So, yeah, that one's done. Okay, good. Yeah, once 5-year plan, map relevant grants to plan, that's something we can do once we figure out what we're going
Do
to.
we know roughly timing wise, I'm not looking for exact date, when that all be wrapped up to get this branch stuff worked? I'm just curious.
Well, and at that point, we need to fit it into this 5-year plan along with, you know, when we get our funding schedule and all that kind of stuff.
Are we 3 months out, 6 months out, 1 week out? Just roughly, I'm just curious.
On.
And one of the things is to get grants for all these projects. I'm just wondering,
No.
maybe I'm jumping ahead a little.
So are you talking about the final bullet point? once the
Yeah, I'm
5-year
sorry. I'm sorry, yeah.
This is a matter of, here are our potential projects. There's all these different grants out there.
More than happy to do it.
Which of those would apply to each one of these? So this project here, we might be able to use grant 1, grant 2, and grant 7, you know, that kind of thing, just mapping it.
My
But
question is,
no hurry.
yeah, my question is, when will we have all that put together?
Well, that gets
3
back to
months
Michelle's
now.
question. I mean, to me, we should be focusing on this pretty hard. I mean, I'd like to have, you know, one of those sessions like they do at the forest, like you did with the original trail thing, where you come in, here's an easel that's got this one and all that. That way we sort of met our obligations to public, and then also on the website, you know, to go ahead and.
So we're a ways out. I don't have. to
We're a
put
ways
this down.
out, but
Okay.
I don't want, you know, what happens is I say that and then nothing ever gets done. So I mean, I want to have all of our 5-year plan projects on the website at the absolute latest by August 31st, clean and done. How's
Okay.
that?
I pretty much will deliver whatever, you know that. I'm just looking for a roughly.
I want 8/31 and we are absolutely done, clean, perfect. It looks like we're professional.
Okay, in September, then I'll start working on it, theoretically.
Good.
That's all I need.
All right,
Thank you.
Joe.
I just think from my planning type perspective, if you pick a date, you wanna have that open house. Or we get, you know, pretty close to when you wanna have the open house, that's the impending event that'll get everything done.
So everybody, we lose our summer people when? August 15th?
Labor Day, really, I think. I don't
Well,
know.
but you got kids in other states that had to go back to school in August, so August 15th?
You go round and round and round on that though. I mean,
As long as you
We
have,
wanna have it that we have all the people here.
you're not gonna get all the people here, I think is really the answer.
Well, true, but if we schedule it when we know they're gone, we know we're not gonna get them. Let's make it their fault that they didn't come. So,
just FYI, we're gonna have a public meeting for the trail project, probably in the next 8 weeks. We're waiting for that meeting for Dave to line up, just FYI.
so 8 weeks, right now, we're essentially July 1st, so by August 31st, you're gonna have that meeting.
That's, as long as we have the meeting with Dave, yeah.
Can we have this professionally ready in the next 45 days to have an 8:15 public meeting? Well, I'm fine if we can. I mean, you know, we can do what we do. I'm frankly. I'm overwhelmed at this point too, so I'm not gonna push anybody harder, because when you give it to me, I gotta put it on the web.
You know what, I mean, who are you trying to capture? Are you trying to capture the summer visitors or
Correct.
the year round? Oh, the
Oh,
summer.
both.
Well, what I found is we had pretty good attendance at the open house that we did for the organization, not just pretty good, we had really good attendance at that, and that was in September.
But those are all local people. Those are local organizations of people who live here.
Yes, but some of them are snowbirds. The point is, we got them before the snowbirds took off.
Okay, so they're not the summer, they're the snowbirds. So they
Yeah.
really have with you three groups of people.
Yes.
We have the summer people, we have the snowbirds, and then we have the full timers.
Yes.
All right, so
Question?
September. Yep, go ahead.
Quick question for clarification. Are we talking about 2 open houses or are we talking about one? In the
One.
next 8 weeks, Rick is saying that there will be one put together by Dave. And then we're talking about putting together one for the Parks and Rec.
5-year plan, but you bring up a very interesting subject.
I attended last night's meeting for the village part of the walks, and I'm trying to get a concept in my head as a Parks and Rec Committee volunteer member, what's really going on? How many meetings are we having? How many people? And how much Parks and Rec are actually going to be involved? So are we talking about 2 meetings, one in 8 weeks regarding the trail and one from Parks and Rec Committee open house?
Okay, so let me put a finer point on your second one. It is a Parks and Rec 5-year plan open house. That's what I'm talking about. And
Thank you.
It is 2 different meetings, but you bring up an interesting question because the trail project was a subcommittee of Parks and Rec until December of 2024, when it became a joint village and township project, and it became a subcommittee of the township board, not Parks and Rec. That's been disbanded, right, Rick?
Correct.
Is the Trails project now back as a Parks and Rec township project?
Yes.
Okay.
Same thing is on the plan that we've been talking about. Yeah, no change. Just like the communication I sent you that hopefully everybody saw on the website. It updates the plan, and then there was a Facebook posting too for anybody else.
So let's talk about the necessity of an open house for the 5-year plan. The only reason I suggested we do that is, I've heard that, the DNR likes it the more that you can prove that you've had public input. But the reality is, if you go out to our website and you take a look at.
We've done a pretty good job.
Yeah, and I'm saying, as far as our website is concerned. That's good. Every one of those, projects has a survey associated with it. And each of the surveys, your thoughts, is very, very similar. So we're getting public input on all of those, and the surveys are as close to identical as they can be, other than the specific subject matter. So we're meeting the requirement of public input. It's open for discussion. Should we have a open house?
Yes.
Okay,
I think you should, that's really varied, like, it's, like, you were just doing that and I was on the website, and I'm like, I didn't even know that was on there. I know, as an outsider, just saying.
The thing you can also look at is, what's the timing of these projects? For example, if there's a project that's gonna happen in 4 years. Do you want to talk about that now, or would you rather talk in the spring? Or whatever anybody wants, but that's another.
You just said spring, that might actually be better. We might actually plan for spring as opposed to trying to rush it this fall.
Okay with that. I don't think we should wait to get them up on the website. I think we should get them on the website.
Everything web and everything else, but I'm saying as far as open community, because we don't want to jam, there's a lot going on here, all this great stuff.
I'm perfect with that. So we do it in the spring of next year, and maybe when we say spring,
May,
I
or
almost,
the end of the school year, for sure.
I think we have time, just say spring, we'll get it.
yeah, I'd like to get all 3 of our constituents here, and I think our summers get here.
Gotta be after Memorial Day,
Yeah, okay.
first week in June or something.
All right, so, open house is, after Labor Day, Memorial Day. 2027. Okay, Chelsea ordered the magnet. Where did we leave off? Recreation plan, 5 years, 60. Chelsea, yeah, so we're done with that one. Amber, sent fitness photos. What's that about? I remember, I think we mentioned, I was asking for photos for the website.
Yep.
Okay, so what's up with that?
I sent them to the clerk, so I don't know. I never got a response on anything.
It's a great idea that anything that has to do with Parks and Rec go to me or to our official email address, which then comes to me, or at least CC me.
Okay.
Just to make sure that things don't fall through the cracks because they've got a lot of things going on there, so.
And I have pictures for you too from the field trip, or did I send them to you?
Oh, I don't think you did, but like I said, I get a lot of
I'll put that on my to-do list, is to share photos.
I'll
Okay,
get pictures of all these events and stuff too that I'm attending, and I'll send them to you.
and then, what about this whole issue of the faces of people and kids and such, are we
I
covered?
always ask everybody.
Okay,
Usually, like, I'll say, hey, we're getting a group picture, it'll go on the website at the end. Or if I'm taking them and there's a group, I'll always say, hey, are you okay with this going on the website? I always ask.
all right, we'll see.
Yes, yeah, we have actual paperwork from the school district.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't get it, but they have it, and so they'll point out which kids.
Okay,
Everybody signs a blanket waiver in the very beginning, so I think they get like 3 or 4 kids that can't, and so the school knows they can't be in groups.
well, just so, everybody
Wait,
knows.
those kids like to be photoed.
No. We usually have to take 2 because
Right.
one we'll send to that family and then a second one.
So ideas, this is what our website has become based on input with, and these pictures can all be changed and such. But we also have this activities page, and so the question would be, where would we want to put these? It's nuts and bolts kind of stuff. I mean, the pictures are great, we need to get them, but we need to put them someplace where they're actually gonna go to. So along with the pictures, we probably ought to have some sit-down discussion with, those that are providing the pictures. Where do you think is the best place to put it? The whole goal in my mind is to get people to keep coming back to this. And so the question of things being buried. The fact is that if you have more than anything, a few things on any page, they walk away. So that limits you to what you can put on a page. And we essentially decided it's gonna be activities, get involved in the rec map. And then here's all the parks. And then everything else has to fall somewhere below that. It's over here or it's under here. But if we decide that we want to put something else on the first page, I'm okay with that. But just with each edition, it becomes more cluttered. So just.
Aren't the photos going there in the top right corner?
Yeah.
Oh, I can put the photos right there.
Yeah.
Just be done with it.
On the slides or just update them.
It's a good idea.
So one thing that I have noticed
Good idea.
is that it is optimized for portrait. So please try to take your pictures in portrait. Okay?
I think
The
some
other thing
pictures
is-
with people in it would be nice.
Yeah, but the other thing is that, oh, they just lost.
Oh.
That's fine, that's
I'll be
fine.
back.
So Brian, we've already talked about the board.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say,
Good,
and you already know this, but I'm gonna say it again. Using this on your phone is really a challenge.
Courage, serenity, and wisdom.
Okay. Aren't they?
God grant me the courage to
Oh.
do the things I can,
I got you, thank you.
we have a new web app. That's the way it is. It's not optimized. We just changed.
Well, as a citizen here, I should write a letter to the clerk saying.
Go ahead, take your time, you got plenty of time.
Just say that our website does not look, I mean,
It needs to be optimized. Is it just a switch that needs to be flipped from the provider's end?
I would suggest that you talk to AI. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not an expert on the design of.
You have a framework, good, bad, or different. So instead of spending a lot of time, I think we should pick our spots.
We have to make sure that given the tool that the township has provided, this tool, I've got left, I've got center, I've got right.
So then,
And when you have a lot of stuff and it goes on a little bitty thing, all of it scrolls down, 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 which is why it's hard to find it. So if we have things that we just absolutely have to see, it needs to be right here on the very tip top.
But that's even getting to that point, when I'm trying to walk people through registering for challenge on their phones. And if you go to your phone, like, try to find parks even from there, because departments isn't showing up. So when you go to Onekama Township on your phone, we can, so we can take this offline if you want.
Well, but we've been talking about it for a year. I mean, I don't know what to do.
On your
That
phone.
they chose.
But what I'm saying is, for some reason,
Yeah.
when you're on the laptop, desktop, laptop, whatever, one of the dots here is departments. When you go on your phone, departments isn't there. It's agendas, ordinances, planning, voter, payment, and forms. Like, I don't even know where to
Scroll to the
find,
very bottom.
all the way down to the bottom.
Parks and Rec is at the bottom.
Do you know, I mean, like, at least 6 people, I've been sitting there with them while they're registering, nobody got that far down. And
Well,
I don't know how
I
to
mean,
change it.
so when you get there, I mean, only I can tell you is just scroll to the very bottom, and then what the big pictures come up, and we're the first of the big pictures. And once you get there, that's how you get to Parks and Rec.
So it takes me educating people. I thank you for educating me.
Yeah, like I said, courage or any wisdom, I can only do what I can do. If we wanna put it I mean, getting to
You
Parks
can't
and Rec,
change
I
what
can't
I'm
change.
seeing, right? So I just need to know, and when I'll be a little voice out there telling people scroll.
Disc golf, Matt, and Brian, you've picked the place. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff under Matt that we didn't go over today because he's not here, but. You know,
Matt has the contact with a professional group. I can't recall what they were, but in Traverse City, I think that's
Northwest.
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 yeah, no, that's the Sokola guy that we've been trying to get in touch with since November of last year, when we first started talking about that. Oh, there it is. See, I'm almost done because I don't have a pen. Okay,
Here, you want pen?
no, I'm good. And then all committees have the approach. Okay, boom. 9:19, we're through the first item on the agenda. Report of committees, village township efforts, Irvin and Holloran, go for it. And it's also at the same time events.
Well, we already have updated you that we have the questions, and as far as events. So if you guys wouldn't mind taking a look, and I don't have everything quite yet, and I thought you would bring your mug.
Oh, this is one of them, but it's just a different one.
So it has been a tremendous effort and push and working with a lot of people to pull off the Onekama 30-day challenge. And this year we added the clinics, which let for a whole nother level of it's bringing a lot more interest, but it's
Complex.
very complex, but we have it all laid out here on the flyers. And what I'm asking is if everybody here would register, because it gives me feedback and it also boosts our numbers. And if we can get this rolling, one of the things I've gotten feedback directly to me on is, oh, well, why don't we do like a triathlon or a 1-day big event? Well, I have to be able to learn how to coordinate this type of thing before we can get to the level of doing a run, like dune climb kind of a thing, which they do up the road in M20, the M22 challenge in Glen Lake. And they get thousands of people. Now, I'm not saying we want to get thousands of people, but if the local people that I'm talking to are like, when are we gonna do a triathlon? Well, how about if we start with this and we get enough interest in this? So when you sign up and you talk to other people, you know, and I know some people are at their bandwidth, that's fine. But every person who registers gives me a little bit of feedback too. So I'm tweaking the flyers constantly. I'm constantly tweaking the questions to register. Just had another one last night. I gotta move things around again. So anyway, and so we have about $3,500 worth of sponsorships to pay for these little gimmies. And you can take a look afterward. We don't have the cycling one in yet, and I forgot the towel here. And there's also a water bottle generously donated by Susan's daughter. Those, we have 40 of those, but when they'll be given out at the clinics.
Is there any specific method you'd like us to sign up for? I see a QR code, there's.
All the QR codes point you to the same place.
Okay, so it doesn't matter,
It
whatever.
doesn't matter, you can, and all this, yes. They all go to the same place, and when you register, you'll see that you can literally opt in or opt out of everything. Somebody could register and do nothing. But the point is though, so what is the actual challenge that once you register on June the 6th, I think, I have a sheet that is going to be emailed to everybody to print off, or I can provide it some hard copies where it has each day and it says strength and wellness, land, water, wheels, and you'll track it on your refrigerator. The last couple of years, we've been trying email me once a week. Yeah, that didn't work. So instead, I'm making it super easy. I'm gonna give you a sheet, you handwrite it, and at the end, either you email me that sheet or you come to the parks tent on the 8th. And the first 60 people who do that, oh my gosh, do you have a picture of it?
No.
Can you put it up if I email it to you, if I can find it real quick?
Sure.
Yes, I got that, Jean. We did figure that out. Let me see if I can find it real quick because it's beautiful. And in addition to that, we have a whole lot of other fun things. And since I don't have my computer, I was planning on printing all the events that are upcoming. And I didn't.
I have the butterfly one in my car.
If you want to just set it here for people to look at.
I guess I want to make a comment. I think that signing up to get your feedback is great, but I don't want people to sign up to inflate numbers. I want the numbers to be the numbers, the real numbers.
I can delete anybody too. If you want to sign up and then not do it, just let me know.
Well,
I can
but the
delete you.
point is anyone who wants to sign up should sign up if they're going to participate or if they're going to provide feedback. But I don't want us to be building numbers. I want
No, I
numbers to
agree.
be real.
I agree. I don't know how to get it on.
So,
What the owl looks like.
Oh, beautiful.
so what else do we have?
Very nice.
Jean has the Bio Blitz is coming up real soon. Jean, is that Friday?
It's tomorrow, yes.
Oh, it's tomorrow, Friday.
What is
the
it?
time?
What is being doing?
Well, I think that the Conservation District is gonna be running the Bio Blitz out at North Point Park. Where they,
Yeah.
The other night, it's beautiful.
oh, you did. See it?
Yeah, that's great. Is it the same thing as year one?
It goes back to the nice towel. The one that's up here, the one that they hung up as artwork. Yeah, it's that same fabric. At least it's supposed to be. I don't have it in my hands yet.
Okay, what
So
else?
what is the Bio Blitz?
The Bio Blitz is where you go out to the North Point Park or what, it's always in North Point Park and you have your phone and there's an app on your phone and you go around and you ID things. And then year over year, it's called Citizen Science Year Over Year. They compare what people saw and it helps people who do research and even us to just kind of look back and see, are we losing a certain species? Are we gaining a certain species? And that includes both native and non-native plants. They ID everything. And many years, there's a gentleman who comes out who's amazing. Gene, do you know his name? He takes pictures of spiders and little tiny creatures.
Oh,
And
it's a friend of a friend.
It's a friend of
Yeah,
yours, isn't
I
it?
can't remember his name, yeah, but I'm going to contact her to see if he's coming.
He
So-
gets amazing pictures.
What time is this at?
10 o'clock, it starts, but I think I'm going to be there earlier because the birds
I have
are
to
asleep at
CC
10
her.
o'clock. So. Yeah.
Okay, all right, anything else?
I have something I'd like to bring up, and it's been brought up to me by the village. And Fleece and Vandenberg has a flyer, and I didn't bring it. But we're talking about developing the Fire Center Park a little bit more. Garden Club is working on getting ADA accessible sidewalks around the building. And then the park, which is over by the side there, by the parking lot, we talked about making it just a different type of park, a quieter park, not like a bunch of equipment or anything, but maybe to look at putting out a dock where people could go out there
Oh.
and fish. And they wondered if the township would like to, collaborate with us. If we could get a group of people to, Mary Jo will write and I'll write the grants. But you know, do you get the town, how do you go, do you have to present it?
The way you do that is you bring it to us and you ask that we present it at the board meeting. And we
Okay.
present at the board meeting and I ask you to come to the board meeting. And, if they have questions, I mean, you give me a pitch, and I
Okay,
beg you to be there so that as soon as they ask the first question, I say, Susan, and
okay,
you answer the question.
yeah,
So, yeah, I'm happy to bring that up.
And I meant to mention, if you go back to the 2012 Beckett and Rader, I believe it's in that one, there was a project that was drawn up and,
2012,
I think it's the 2012 Beckett and Rader study. If you remind me, I can pull it out.
yeah.
All the drawings are available at the Far Center
Oh,
in the back.
the ones that I'm talking about?
What's her name? Who's at the Far Center, the clerk there?
Bruce,
Ruth, yeah. Ruth brought them out a couple years ago for us to look at. They're in the back in the vault or whatever.
yeah, she's in Alaska right now, but
Okay.
you know, I was thinking we would.
Well, I can find the Beckett Rader study. You have the Beckett.
Isn't it online? Do you have it on our?
I don't know,
Under history tabs?
I probably have it in the OneDrive, in
Okay.
365, I don't remember off the top of my head, but that would be the kind of document that I would save out
That
there.
was a beautiful project.
The drawings,
Far
they're all on poster boards back there, they're there.
Oh, you have them on poster boards.
Yeah,
Oh, we do? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Ruth will be back. She's enjoying Alaska right now. I'll get with her and start planning to present.
Well, yeah, I mean, that would be, if that was done, that would be a great, that way, the original part of it, all your scope, your drawings and all that are done.
Yeah.
And, just getting that stuff done costs money,
Oh,
so.
for sure. For
Okay,
sure.
so yeah, happy to bring that up,
Okay,
and,
thank you.
I think that would be a great project. Other township things, okay, so the board approved our 5-year goals and objectives. The recreation inventory, the board, said they do not need to approve it, just get it submitted. Matt reiterated that the trails project had officially ended, the joint project. And then we sent a notice to that effect to our 250 subscribers. And then, let them know that, the disc golf site had been identified and it will be a part of those items considered for the 5-year plan. And let them know that, we had donated the old Moby mats to Arcadia, who had already picked them up. As far as specific parks are concerned, and Gene, wherever I make a mistake, correct me, okay? Gazebo is painted.
Wait, it's almost done. Grant's supposed to go today, but the weather is again really bad. So the only thing that's left is the underneath the ceiling of the to be painted where some more graffiti is, but everything else is done and I was there yesterday. It looks really good.
Yeah, I saw it too. I mean, the wood's pretty beat up. I was impressed that they dug all the sand around the outside of that. I mean, they did more than I thought they were gonna do, so. We still have the issue that we have with the sand and such, and that reminds me, I need to do something else, which is,
And so if people go there, Jean pointed out an interesting thing to me, and that is that there is some graffiti that will be left behind intentionally.
okay, so Gina, Michelle's mentioning graffiti intentionally left behind.
There's one that's carved from a wedding that supposedly they got permission to have there. I don't know if Grant's going to remove it or not. It's pretty intense in there, but it's
Well,
a
that's our
specific,
decision to make. Are we
Yeah,
gonna
I
give
don't know
people
who-
permission to deface our property because they're getting married there?
We got another wedding come up in the summer.
Get rid of it. No, get rid of it, Gene.
All right, I will. Okay, I will tell Grant. I didn't tell him to leave it. I just, it's a pretty intense thing. So I will make sure that he takes care of it.
Does
So it was
anyone
wood
disagree with me that we should be allowing graffiti?
Oh, it's
If
crazy.
you allow one.
Once you have,
opening
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah, open window or broken windows. Okay. We're just,
You can't sand it down, just fill it with wood putty.
yeah. What, have they been doing that? Have they been puttying it or are they just painting it? Well, they're doing whatever.
I can't
they
answer that
said in their
question.
proposal. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
ADA walkway, will be installed Tuesday of next week. So we're gonna have the complete section by 4th of July. So I'm excited by that.
What percentage does that add? Is that another 20% or?
Oh, no, God,
That's huge,
That's
right?
another, I'd say 60, another 60%. Right now, we go from the south to the bottom and 20 feet this way. Now we go from the north all the way to the bottom, and I think it's 300 feet across.
I'll just say from the water, the current one is very impressive.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna take it to the next level. And I specifically, when I go out to Lake Michigan, I stopped and there were people on the bench cleaning their shoes or whatever. I think it's one of the, there's many things we do great, but that's a great thing.
I took a walk out the pier and looked back at it, and it just looks nice.
It does.
Just looks nice. So that's a great project, and of course, we're getting accolades for it. So the light and webcam, again, I need to get on that. I haven't heard back from him, but I think this is one of those things that's gonna require follow-up. Power washing is ongoing. Northern Disposal is our service provider, and I noticed that they have removed the Republic thing, but,
No.
but,
Like it is removed. The dumpster is still there. I was there last night. I have
it
been,
was?
yeah, it got moved because of the chip and seal of the parking lot, so they moved it. But it's still there and quite full. I've been reassured that it's being taken care of.
When
I
was
can
your most
agree
recent-
that it is still there. I was there a couple nights ago. It's also being used extensively.
It's
So-
still there.
So Jean, when was your last conversation?
I have an email that I'll forward to you.
Okay. I'll follow up. Fitness stations were supposed to be installed next week. I'm awaiting a status update. If I get that update, I'm gonna ask that gentleman that's a neighbor of yours,
Kevin?
if he could be there to put it in the order that he thinks appropriate. But I know he works, and I also know I can't get an answer
Oh,
from
he's
them. on
off for the
specific-
summer.
He's what?
He's off for the summer.
Oh, that's
Works for a
good.
School district.
Will you be seeing him?
I can see him today.
Let him know that the plan is for next week, but again, we've had all these vendors that do outside work have been pushed back because of the last few weeks of weather. So I'm hoping it's gonna be the tail end of this week. Our lawnmower guy is supposed to have that mowed by this week. And then so if you would talk to him about that.
Speaking of lawnmower guy,
Yeah, so I need to talk about that. Where in all of Parks and Rec do we have volunteers doing work that should be done by us so that I can plan for it in the budget? Because this is a surprise to me that I didn't budget for it. And so now I gotta go to them and say, we gotta add this to it. So I'm happy to do that. But the guy who does our lawns is now saying, I've got no more bandwidth. I had to fight with him to clean out, start mowing where we're gonna put the fitness park. And so now when I tell him there's something else to do, it's gonna go, oh, I can't do that. So specifically, what needs to be mowed that used to be mowed by volunteers?
well, he still will mow it, but he's not reliable because they travel internationally, so he
So
mowed
that's
it.
not good.
And
We
it's gonna
need
be
to
a
pay for
month
people
later.
to do it.
The
I think
entire
include
rustic,
it.
So go ahead.
the entire rustic pathway
So
and all around the entrance, both entrance ways.
I thought the entrance-ways were paid by the current guy. He tells me he's mowing the entrance,
The back entrance,
the back entrance.
the
So-
Bayview entrance, the rustic
So
pathway,
rustic pathway,
the pathway that goes to, I'll think of it, the one next to my house starts with B. There's there's another entrance point that most people don't know about to North Point Park next to my house. And it's Batesmore. Batesmore,
Facemore,
B, boy,
Batesmore.
Batesmore,
Okay, I know where Batesmore. is.
Batesmore. And then he mows around the picnic tables, I believe. I mean, it's quite a big chore and he doesn't mind doing it, but I don't think we should rely on him.
Well, I mean, that becomes a question. I don't think we should
And
be
then-
brought on, any volunteer who can raise their hand and say, I'm going on a trip. I mean, then we look like fools.
Right, exactly. The rustic trail is 2 weeks in. If it goes another 2 weeks, You won't know to the.
Well, we're not gonna get our guy to do it in 2 weeks because,
Pat could do it, but it's raining.
well, but
and then-
that applies to our guy too.
Right, and then, he mows to keep the plants back from popping up in the asphalt. I think he goes like, I don't know, there's some 3 feet
Okay, so do me a
all
favor,
around every,
write specifications for me.
Oh,
What's
okay.
currently being done? Just, I've got rustic that way, baby, but just write something up for me. I'm gonna give it to this guy. I'm gonna listen to him whine, and I tell him you gotta do it, or it's part of the contract. I'll do something to force him to do it. But just tell me what it is so that I can walk in there and show him what he's gotta do.
Do you know who's currently doing it?
yeah.
Mark.
Oh,
His name
you know, who's currently doing, his name is Dave. He lives on Bayview, he's the second house on the right-hand
Are
side.
you saying current volunteer or current vendor?
I was wondering who the vendor was.
His name is Mark. I've got his phone number, but he's the guy that got this contract last year away from Anthony's. Because he's like pennies on the dollar to what,
That's
and
great, yeah.
well, it is, it's just that now he's got everybody doing it, or using him, and he can't.
You know, there's Matt, I can't see his last name. The son-in-law of Brett mows a lot of lawns out there. I might be able to ask them.
Well, but
Yeah,
that's
but I'll
that's
let you know.
establishing a contract for the township. I mean, we
Oh.
don't have the authority to do
Right.
that. I have to get her to do that. So right now, we have a vendor. I've got to see if our vendor can do this. If he can't, then I got to go back to the board and say, we need to get a new vendor. I mean, it's not just make a phone call.
Sure.
All right, so if you would tell me specifically, and I have it written down, but I'd like a little bit more meat on the bones, and then I'll just give it to our vendor and say this way.
If I can print out the map again from my phone, then I can highlight it.
It doesn't have to happen right now, but it's like,
Yeah.
Today when you get back to the house, tell me something. Okay, so we left off at, disc golf, and hopefully we're gonna get that whole Networks Northeast Sokola thing to give us some specifics that would be included in the 5-year plan. ADA upgrade, in case anybody doesn't know, as soon as we get this stuff in, then I'm gonna write a grant to make it ADA accessible and potentially include, the parking lot. If it falls within the amount of money we have, and $5,000, which would be the grant that I would ask for.
Can you tell me what that's for again, please?
Right now, we're putting in a fitness park.
Okay, ADA, I got you.
Making it ADA. I have budget left within what the board approved for the ADA project. The amount that I have left, I'll use as a matching funds against $5,000 from MCCF using one of their anytime $5,000 grants. And if we can fit parking into it, we'll do that as well.
Thank you.
Glenn. Okay, so yeah, I've updated you on that, on the HWA. 2 trees were removed and Gene tells me they did a good job on it. They were about to fall on the bridge. Dog waste station, we've talked about. DNR grant pending. I've got nothing on the other parts. On the 5-year plan, rec inventory is due. We talked about it. Goals and objectives were approved. Finalized major projects we've talked about. New 5-year plan projects. So, Rick and Matt submitted something. I'm sure Rick has this, but these are projects that Matt and Rick came up with for us to consider to add to the 5-year plan. I'm gonna go through them individually. Rick, do you need?
I don't need, I got one. Thank you.
If you're gonna sit through all this stuff, you might as well know what's going on. Okay, first one is the non-motorized trail. Rick, is there anything else you think you need to add to our already discussion, or are there any questions from the group about the non-motorized trail?
I think we've got a lot of communication out. Like I said, there was some miscommunication we've got to work through, but, if there's any questions, we're continuing. I said the grant people are working with us, everybody's working with us, so we're gonna continue.
Community dock. The next one,
Oh,
community.
yeah,
dock.
that's, Matt identified that as an opportunity to do another water excess, point. He works with that group. I don't know too much about him. And that's basically to, freshen that up, put a path in, put, picnic tables in, so on and so
Let me
forth.
take that one,
Sure.
because I know a little bit more about it. Everybody knows where Outlet Avenue is, right? And it's the public dock. It's one of two allowed public docks on Portage Lake on road ends. And Matt had come up with the idea, since he is on the board of Portage Point Summer Resort Corporation, which manages that dock. And their organization has lamented the fact that it really just doesn't get used. They'd like to get it to get used. And the thought being that really the only people that can use it practically are people that live there, because there's no place to park unless you park on the road. So why don't we put in an ADA park lot, which would just be 3, because usually you gotta have 3 to make it ADA, but whatever the minimum would be. And then, of course, that supports our whole ADA concept. And the pathway is already there. A beautiful paved pathway was put in a few years ago, so it's there. But then there was discussion of maybe doing like a gazebo or something like they have at Sunset House, and we could name this Sunrise House, which is a nice kind of thing. And hopefully we would generate some use. Our role here is to decide as a group, is this a project that we would recommend to the board to include as potential projects for the 5-year plan? And so I get, that's up to you guys. What do you think? Do you like this project? Do you not? I'll give you my opinion, but I'd rather hear your opinions first.
I like that. I actually have never done that, and that's strange because I've been to most of the places. Now that you say that, I'm like, I just wrote it down so I could go check it
What
out.
is the name of it again?
It's called Outlet Avenue.
I felt, Amber, I felt the same. I took a tour with Matt when we were putting this together. And I think it's an unused asset, and we're
Yeah,
looking at refreshing it for the community. And some of the stuff that Vic said or whatever, we just said conceptually, and we'll find out more when we get into it, but that's the high level.
What I asked Matt to do was to use our Zoom thing, set up a meeting with the board of PPRSC, that's the right act. And let's decide what we want to do, and then we'll include that as a potential if our group feels as though this is something to do. I know Michelle has some ideas of how we should do it, but let's just get it together and then we'll go forward. I like the idea. So to me, we know the Trails project should be there. It's the number one request, land-based request of our survey. This, I think, is a great use of something that's not been used before. And it's like 80 feet of shoreline, which is, I mean, I'd kill to have 80 feet of shoreline. Avenue E, I don't believe this belongs on the 5-year plan because it's done. We have Avenue E, for those that don't know, when you go out to the beach and you make a right on 2nd Avenue, just before you get to the beach, on the left is Avenue E. It looks like the driveway to the Brooks compound, but it's a road. When you go down that road, it jogs to the left and there's a little bitty parking lot, and that's how you access the pier. It's all washed out, you know, and there's just problems with it, and it's hard to get there because you have to walk over the riprap, and it's not nice fine riprap, it's big, hard to walk over riprap. So the board approved Swiderski fixing the all the washout and such, and making it nice and smooth. And you know, our intent is to make that easily accessible, and I think we've already gotten all the approvals to make that happen, and that will happen probably in the next week or so. So I don't want to get a whole lot more details of how we're doing it, but this is a done deal.
Is there a walk that's going to go from the parking lot to the pier? Over those rough rocks that you're talking about?
That's my plan.
Yeah.
That's my plan. I gotta work out some details, and by the time we meet next month, I'll be able to give you some more details.
So all the things, that's what I was gonna bring, all those things are already in process.
Yes,
Okay,
hopefully done by next week. So
great.
the bridge too, okay?
let me work on that one. I just ask that you trust me on this one.
I do, I just wanna make sure it was
Yeah,
included.
I think we're good. Shoreline access and experience enhancement. This is, as you can read, somehow expanding the use of the existing DNR boat launch by improving shoreline access, adding a path, improve water access, site amenities that support fishing, walking, quiet use while maintaining the site's primary boating function. So that's a new one to me. As far
This
as,
is similar to the other one we just talked about, where there's a shoreline that's underutilized, nobody uses it, and explore working with the DNR to develop it as a spot where people can go and work right off the shoreline. Well, complexities working with DNR, but I mean, it's worth putting it on there. That's what we saw.
so that becomes something we need to decide. I've gone down this road before and DNR told me flat out, don't even think about it because it is supported by fishing, or I'm sorry, by boating licenses, and DNR has separate divisions. And the boating division wants no other things happening with that. So I backed away from it. But if the group feels like this is something we should do, I'm okay to include it. But I would just ask with this, and I think I'm gonna go a little bit broader than just this. Any of these items that we're putting on the 5-year plan, I need someone to raise their hand and say, I own this project. This is mine. I'm gonna do all that we have to do to bring this home. Because if I don't have someone that's gonna do it, I don't have time to do it. So all these projects need to have an owner, and this one would be particularly complex. So I'm not asking that I get a hand to raise right now, but I just want to make sure everybody understands that there's challenges with this. The DNR is against it. But I like it. I mean, that's why
I think it's a good thing to put on because all these projects, some are gonna work, some of them aren't or whatever. I think fundamentally, this water access lines up with all the feedback surveys we got, and it's worth putting on there from Matt and I's perspective.
Okay, I know it's from your perspective. That's why you put it here. I'm
No, Matt,
asking.
Matt did too.
I know this is 2 votes out of all. You guys need to make a decision. Do you want to put it on there or not? And the things that I want you to consider is number one, it would be great access. It's a wonderful spot. I had this idea, I pursued it because I think this would be fantastic. What a great park that could be. Oh, by the way, I'd like to get 2 pieces of property that are between there and Northway Park, which are also owned by the state. We could really make this fantastic, and I was blown out of the water with that as well. There's challenges. It's a great idea, but there's going to be opposition. So you guys decide whether you want to include it on there. And if we're going to do it, we got 2 yes votes. Are you guys want it on or not? Michelle, yes or no? Brian, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, Michelle? Susan?
Yes.
Amber?
Yeah.
Okay, it's on there. Langland access and experience enhancements. Make small, low-impact improvements to enhance the use of Langland, including seasonal Adirondack seating, exploration of a pilot hammock area using removable infrastructure and other seasonal amenities that complement existing beach and recreational features while encouraging relaxing and enjoyment of the waterfront. To me, this isn't a 5-year plan. This is a budget item. It's $30,000 to do this. So I don't know that I would include it in the 5-year plan. I think it's just something, do we really want to do this? And if we do, we can make a budget item, or we can make it a 5-year plan. But again, group discussion, and Rick, if you want to add anything to it.
Matt had an idea with all the feedback and when we went out to the beach. You look at other parks, what else we can do out there. So an example would be he had put Adirondacks out there because a lot of the people are using that other piece and they can use it around the picnic. And then maybe, I don't know anything about these hammocks or whatever, but I think the Adirondacks was an interesting idea. Just to continue to make that
What was the hammock?
Hammock, I just read an article about the hammock thing.
What is it?
And it's a thing younger people are using. They're having, just putting up posts in areas where there's collections of posts. And then you can bring your hammock and just sling your hammock up. And if you have like 2 or 3 or 5 people, they just hang out there and talk and lay around their hammocks. And it's kind of a thing they want to have set up. Oh.
There's one set up, I think, as you go into Manistee.
Yeah, Manistee just did it at Fifth Avenue.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
They are,
yeah.
because I see somebody put a bunch of those in their front yard as you drive in Parkdale.
Yeah, all in Parkdale.
Yeah, on the
This was
right.
at Fifth Avenue Beach. They just put it down.
Wow, let's check it
I
out.
guess my only question would be with them is, I mean, Langland, it is a big park, but it's not that big, and we just put a volleyball thing in. I like the Adirondack chairs, absolutely, but the hammocks, that takes up more beach, because
Yeah.
me going there, like I've noticed, especially in the summer, there isn't a whole lot of room. And I love the volleyball. The Aerondax would be great, but if you put in a bunch of hammock poles, now you're taking up more of that space that,
Because we
And it's
only
just,
have between.
Yeah,
it's
I
just,
think it's an explorer. I think the
Yeah.
Adirondacks are an easy thing. I think that would be super. And I
Well, that's
believe the
great.
way it's set is explore.
yeah.
Jean, are you
Yes,
there?
I have an input just to look in the big picture, since I'm one of the people that helps set up in the spring, is where are we going to store Adirondacks? Where are we going to store the poles? Where are we going to keep everything, including we now have more ADA walkway? So yes, aesthetically it would be great, but let's be realistic about storage space.
We do not have storage space at this point. It's been a ongoing request to the board for as long as I've been here. Everybody recognizes we should have a building, but they don't take the steps to actually get a building. All of the walkway is stored behind the building here, as is the volleyball net, as any Adirondack chairs would be. Those would be easier to steal, so that's an issue. Jean, is the volleyball net up?
Yes, it went up last night. I finally got my volunteers, including my son, were able to meet yesterday and they got it up.
And do you have any comments about putting it in, taking it out, that sort of thing? Is that present any issues for you?
So in the years past, we've always been able to put it in during our work day in May. This year, the people who I rely on to do that were not available then. So it just took, and then the weather was crazy. So this year was a little more difficult. And taking out has never been a problem. We usually do out on the same day we do the beach sweep for the garden club. I'm usually able to get people to help on that day. So
Same thing would hold true for Adirondacks and these hammock things.
So you're just adding an extra level of things that we have to install. I mean, those posts, like I watched Michael and Will dig yesterday in the sand to put the volleyball posts in. So if we're putting hammock posts in, that's just more things that need to be dug. Adirondack chairs sound wonderful, but they're heavy. I like, how am I going to get them from, my son has a trailer, which is what we use now for the volleyball stuff. So those are things that I think we need to think about before we decide we want to add anything like that.
I'm the Scrooge. Everybody knows I'm the Scrooge. But to me, we have a park that on the July week has got more people than we could possibly handle, as evidenced by the trash challenges. We don't have any problem attracting people to Langland Park. It's our most popular park when it's appropriate, but it's the most appropriate park, or the weather is right. I don't think we need any more things to get people to go there. We got a lot of people going there. If we want to do that, that's okay. I don't think it needs to be this is small enough money that it can be a budget item if we feel strongly that we need to go to the board as part of the budget and ask for Adirondack chairs and or the other things. Michelle?
I changed my mind.
Oh, okay. So, is this something we want to go to the board with in our part of, because remember, 2 months from now, I'm going to come to you like I do every August and say, what are your ideas of new things for the budget for next year? And if this is something that we feel like we can go to the board and say, we really want to do this, just put it in the budget. I mean, these other things are more than $50,000 for me. That makes sense for the 5-year plan, but I mean, I don't know about these hammocks, but we can get Adirondack chairs for 15 grand. And
Okay.
that's 10 grand from us and 5 grand from MCCF.
If you were to move forward with the Adirondack chairs, I mean, I don't want to speak for the school, but I know the new shop teacher, this was his first year doing it. They're super excited. They made a bunch of oversized Adirondack chairs. It was a good project for the kids to learn on. It's a lot of big pieces that are roughly, the same size and all that. I would really like to think that you could partner with the school on it and for very little get the shop classes to make them and possibly even put the Adirondack chairs out there during the Portager Day or whatever, the one day in May. Now, I don't know how to schedule with them, getting it to take it out, but I think it could be a really cool collaboration with the school between the shop.
Okay, I like that idea. I like that idea. If we can work with the school to do it and,
Not only make them, but put them out
If
and
we have
then
one day yet and.
however you plan, I'm sure we could work out a way to get. the
I
kids
think
to
it
take
makes an
them out.
even better idea.
so let's take it off 5-year plan and let's pursue that as just as an
Project.
assignment or a project. And we may in August put some dollar amount based on what we learn between now and then. Greg, I'm in a meeting. I'll call you back.
I can mention it to at our next community committee meeting, the superintendent, and just kind of see what they think too, if you
Would you
guys.
do that?
Yeah.
Oh, good, this becomes a
Just want to make sure
conversation.
it's weather.
Then just
What?
to make sure that we go
What?
back to the important part of the end of the summer when we clear it out, part of developing this is to find out where they will be stored until they come back in May. And we
I
can
can ask
find
the
the,
school to store them there too. That would be their one day thing. So they can go out in May and then when the kids come back in school, maybe they can take them.
I'd like to make sure that we capture at
That's
least
great.
exploring the hammock thing.
Yeah. Well, I guess my only question would be, are we going to provide hammocks or is this something
No,
people
we
have
use
to?
2 poles and then they do it themselves.
So we
Same
had
as
to
the
get permission
apartment.
from, just saying another thing to go through, we had to get permission from, was it Army Corps of Engineers to put out the 2 posts for the volleyball net, and I had to make a big report, and so just note.
Yeah, whatever we need to do is fine, but I
And
think
the
it's worth
critical,
it.
you can't put it in the dunes because of critical dunes and all
Can
that.
we take that offline? I do think that's a critical element we talk about. It also has impact of our whole ADA walkway and all that other thing, getting approval of them. So I do think we should talk about that, but I wanna gather my thoughts on that and talk about it offline.
Okay, I just want to make sure we capture it in that line item. It's something we're looking at.
Okay, so that is a separate item from the project. And you'll look into the whole building of it. We would do some funding if we needed to help them with any funding. They wouldn't need to spend any money. We would provide the raw materials, that sort of thing. And it would be a real bonus if they could install and take out. But I think we could help with that. If storage is managed, that's fantastic. If storage is not managed, we have an open item and I will bring it to the board. But I'm gonna bring it to the board now because now we're gonna have 3 times as much ADA walkway that we're gonna have to store outside as well.
I guess I will make my point. Maybe Langland isn't the right place for the hammocks, maybe Carden. Because we're right next to the babbling brook there. It's very low utilized and you wouldn't have to go through all the rigmarole.
Well, another way of saying it is, look at exploring, hammocks in the park system.
Yeah, that way it leaves it kind of
Yeah.
open for you.
Yeah, so you can look
Cause
at.
I like the idea of Hardin because it's more of like that
Yeah.
relaxing,
Quiet.
lake
And I
and
think-
kind of like the recreational, really.
The other thing Brian brought up, it's like trend on for younger people, you know,
Yeah.
and other communities are doing it.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I don't disagree with that, but I like Amber's point that it's very busy out there. We have a park that we really trying to get people to.
Yeah, I think it's great.
So,
It's park system, wherever we can pick them up, put 3 of them in somewhere.
So the hammock thing can be at any of our parks, currently under consideration are both Carden and Langland. Okay, so, where did we get off on that? Those are the 5-year plan projects, okay. And then I already mentioned ownership, so that takes care of the 5-year plan discussion. Old unfinished business, I continue to work on the website, the volunteer page is up. 5-year plan needs some pictures. Invasive species, Gene and I are gonna work on a little bit more. Langland door lock, Gene and I will need to follow up on, but this is not an emergency issue. New business, ADA parking lot striking at North Point, we've talked about that.
I'm sorry, really sorry. If I work really, really fast, could we possibly put the ADA drinking fountain in with the other ADA request for the grants? I think Rick had suggested we try and bundle things. Maybe I could get you something on.
You better get an idea how much money we're trying. I don't have very much money left in the budget.
We might be able to ask the grant for, I don't know what.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, but I'm
The mini grant.
capping the $5,000. So.
Okay,
get
no,
me a
it
cost.
would be more than $5,000, so it would be a bigger one. Okay.
Right. I would rather do a
That's-
separate one for that.
Okay.
Because we can make this happen right now. I want some right now results and we can make this happen. And even if the parking lot makes this a not right now, then I'm not doing the parking lot. I want right now results so we can say, this is what Parks and Rec is doing. We'll do parking lot next. But I think we can, my guess is paint is cheap. Drinking fountain, I don't know, it's gonna be that cheap. This July 23rd, Michelle, the host, MDOS, Langland, anything we need to know about that?
If you can, show up. We're having a lot of trouble communicating because they just changed web platforms, and so I don't know if anyone's gonna even know about it, so hopefully it's on.
Okay, community doc, we've already talked about that, got moved into the 5-year plan ideas, new camping project, including dark light skying, that's again, something I'm working on. Okay, does anybody have anything that I have failed to talk about?
I just have one point, I don't want a discussion on it. I'm sure we're set. I know we worked real hard at Langland during 4th of July. I know last year I helped out and got some truckloads of fireworks out of there, so. I just want to make sure we're locked and loaded for that event. No discussion, it's just a point.
Gene, do you have any comments?
We will do our best to make sure that everything gets cleared out of there.
Thank you. Okay, anything else? Brian?
The conservation district, we're hiring a new conservation technician, so that's what Tyler's position was before.
Oh,
So possibly we could get that person to help us out, like Tyler had been helping us out.
that would be
So that,
fantastic.
yeah, we'll find out more about that as we go through.
Are you part of the conservation district?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, can I make that an assignment for you to follow up on
Sure,
that? Make sure
yeah.
they know that they have no responsibilities
Yeah.
other than to consult and to come to our meeting?
Sure.
That would be fantastic. Yeah,
Right.
we missed them. Yeah, Gene, go ahead.
All right, well, I fielded a phone call from Grant about the gazebo. They are painting. And what he said is that they're going to finish the painting, that we need to go out there. If we want more work done, he'd have to bondo and sand, and that would be a change order because it's not in the original contract. So it'll be painted over, but that one that's really etched in there would be, he would have to do more other than just painting it.
So have him paint it and have him give you an estimate for the change order.
That's exactly what he and I discussed. So yes.
Okay, Joe?
Also, I wanted to let you know that I did finally meet with Caleb yesterday, and they came out same day, Gene. And so as far as I know now, the irrigation project is complete.
Okay, so let's put some meat on the bones. The irrigation project is complete. This is where we put in a whole bunch of trees and Gene and team were watering by hand. Now there is little bitty water things that go to every one of those trees. It's all hooked up to the well. It's done. There's no more money to be spent. We're done.
Well, they already got paid, but he
No,
needed to
they
bury
haven't.
it.
The check
Oh,
hasn't
they
been
not.
sent. The
Oh,
check
good.
is.
You caught it, you caught it. There was a place where it needed to be buried because it was a tripping hazard and we didn't get, we only had 2 spigots in the way garden. So I walked it with him. We are all set.
Okay, when you say we are all set, are we all set in that we set clearly defined goals of what he is to do, or is it done?
It's done.
It is done.
It is done. Now I would like to go get compost and stuff, but.
That's a different
I know.
subject.
But yes, as far as that had to be done before they could bleach the well or something.
Okay,
That's already been done.
Gene, go ahead.
Jennifer was supposed to order the bleaching of the well because that was able to be done quite a while ago.
Oh.
And Grant, a different Grant, too many Grants in my life, who is Sherry's husband, has been monitoring this, and he just went to the WAG garden and he and Caleb had a conversation about how often it's being watered, and Grant has verified that things are watered.
So did I hear you say that we have an open issue on the bleaching of the well?
I'm gonna follow up with Jennifer to see if that got ordered.
Okay,
Would
so
the
that's,
bleach go to the plant?
No, it's
They
just,
run it separate somewhere.
All right, so you've got that as an open item, Gene?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else? Go ahead, if you have something, let's get, okay.
no,
Dave,
Why are they bleaching the well, or why do they have to, for some reason?
why do they have to bleach the well? Mr. Meister has asked, we're allowing public comment.
The reason they have to do that is that we've asked to have it be potable water. And one of the things that DH 10 has required is that you have to clean it. I think it's once a year. And the well guys are very familiar with doing that.
So we're, you know, in the plan is making a drinking station and a dog watering station, and a preliminary to that is to do this to make sure it's potable.
So does that test the water 4 times a year?
Does that mean we have to test the water 4 times a year?
we were told two different things. When I called and asked, they said I had to have 6 months back to back of clean testing. When Jennifer called, she got a completely different story, but I think she went over the head of the person that I spoke with. So now there's gonna be some type of testing and some bleaching.
Okay, so this is new news. So we now have an ongoing requirement to make sure that the water is clean. Is that, Gene, do you know anything about that?
I didn't know
think
about
Jennifer's-
the testing, but it makes sense because we do the same thing with our other, like the bubbler. But I don't know that. I do not know the details. I only know we were required to bleach it.
All right, so you and I will work on it, but would you take it as a thing to do that we need to follow up with Jennifer to find out what specifically are our requirements on an ongoing basis to make sure that this is potable water?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's gonna be the same as the fountain.
And do we have a fountain, Dave?
Well, the one on Porch Point Drive, I mean, it's gonna be the same as the well there by Little Eden.
Okay, well, I don't know what that is, but and this becomes our responsibility and it's not in our budget, so we need to find out what it is and get it in the budget. Okay, anything else? Okay, it is 10:08 and the meeting is adjourned and I am gonna stop the recording. Thank you for attending, Gene, Chelsea, and myself, Edward Bradford.